Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So in this speed build, we're actually not building anything, we're just going to be furnishing this really big, dark Spellcaster's mansion. And I did this as part of a collab with the amazing Kamila. Now, if you guys don't know who Kamila is, I will have all of her YouTube links, her Instagram, her Twitter, everything linked down below because she's an absolutely amazing builder. She's actually a Canadian simmer, so her first language isn't English either, just like mine. So her first language, I believe, is actually French. So that's really cool. But yeah, we've collabed before in the past, but that was part of a really big group collab that she actually put together. So the previous collab that we were a part of was the Earth Day collab, and I will have a link down below to a playlist for that collab as well, where I have everyone's videos in the playlist that was part of that collab. But basically we've collabed before on that, and we actually became friends through that collab. We started talking, and we've actually been talking quite a bit recently as well. And yeah, I asked her if she wanted to do this collab, I think at the beginning of October. But yeah, she said, you know, she'd love to, and we decided to do something that was a little bit more Halloween themed, since it is fairly close to Halloween. I believe Halloween is like next Saturday, so yeah, this was supposed to go up on like the 24th, so the Saturday before Halloween. But it's going up on Sunday instead because I couldn't manage to get the build done in time. I obviously did the furnishing, so we were basically just waiting on me to get my stuff together, to get my shit together, and to get the video done. But yeah, this week has just been a little bit like all over the place for me, and it's been really rough for me. So doing videos and everything like that has kind of been like on the back burner a tiny bit this week. But yeah, basically this is a collab with Kamila, and like I said, I will have all of her links down below. Now, I haven't seen her actually building this, so I haven't seen her video, obviously. But obviously I have seen the build because, you know, I furnished it. But if you guys want to see what the exterior looks like, I did include a little like sneak peek of the exterior at the beginning of the video, and I'll have that same video clip at the end before the screenshots. But I would definitely recommend that you go ahead and go to her channel, see how she built this, because she's an absolutely amazing builder. She comes up with some really like interesting and creative ways of using items in the game that I wouldn't have thought about doing, and she has a really great eye for detail. And that's something that I always love when I find that in another builder, because it's something that I try to do a lot of myself. So it's really great seeing someone else like with a really good eye for detail, and someone that pays attention to all of like the little things in a build. So yeah, definitely go and check out her video, and then as well as the other videos on her channel, because like I said, she's one of my favorite builders. So yeah, definitely go check that out. And I'll also have her gallery ID down below as well, so in case you guys want to go ahead and download the unfurnished version of this build, it is up on her gallery, totally unfurnished. I obviously went in, did the floor plan, all of that stuff, and you can find the furnished version on my gallery, which is ChrissieYT. And yeah, I believe I have that linked in the, not linked, but listed or like typed out, whatever, in the description, as I always do with all of my videos. But yeah, like I said, this was supposed to go up yesterday actually, and it didn't because I've just been having a time, and yeah, I don't need to go like all in depth about it here on like the channel, because I did mention all of it, or like most of it, over on Twitter. So that's usually where I like give you updates about what's going on, or when videos are going to be delayed or whatever. And also where I usually ask for like video ideas and stuff like that as well. So my Twitter is always linked in the description as well, if you want to go ahead and follow me over on there. But yeah, I basically didn't introduce myself in this video, which I just realized. I always do this when I do collabs. I end up talking about obviously the person I'm collabing with, and then the video and a bunch of random other stuff, and I never like introduced myself properly for people who might be like just coming to my channel for the first time. But hi, I'm Chrissie, in case you like missed that part, but in case this is your first time on the channel, I'm Chrissie. I mostly do speed builds here on the channel. I'm a South African simmer, so my first language, like I said, isn't English, which is why my accent and wow. See, I just messed that up. My pronunciation of certain things is like way off most of the time. But yeah, I do mostly speed builds here on the channel. I also do creator sims every now and then, you know, trailer reactions, like overview videos, stuff like that. I'm also an EA game changer. So yeah, I do usually get early access to some of the packs and all of that stuff. So I usually have early access videos here on the channel. But yeah, that's basically me. I'm, like I said, mostly a builder. If you go through my channel, you'll mostly find builds on my channel. I do Sims 4 mainly, but I also do some Sims 2 stuff and some Sims Medieval, like builds and videos thrown in there every now and then. I've also done like a singular Sims 3 video here on my channel before I completely uninstalled the Sims 3, but recently I reinstalled it because I do want to build in it again, but it's a whole thing. Basically, just Sims content, mostly Sims 4, Sims 2 and Sims Medieval thrown in there every now and then. But yeah, that's basically me. You can find all of my like social media links, my gallery ID, all of that stuff in the description in case you want to follow me anywhere like else on the internet. But yeah, that's basically me. Now, what I was getting on about was, I can't remember. What was I talking about before I like completely lost my train of thought? Okay, it'll come back to me at some point, but a little bit more about this build before I forget. So it is a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom build. So downstairs we have an entryway. I did have to cut a few things out of this build, like out of this video basically. So I cut out me doing all of the bathrooms. I cut out me doing the entryway and the upstairs landing / hallway area because it's just really boring, and I include pictures of it at the end anyway, so it's not like you're missing anything. But yeah, so it's a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom house. So downstairs we have obviously the living room, dining room, kitchen. We also have a half bathroom off the living room. We also have the master bedroom, which is what we're working on right now, and obviously the master bathroom. Then upstairs we have a teenager's room, which we're working on right now. A really nice like purple teenager's room. We also have a child's bedroom that's very like black, white and grey with some like purple accents too. So we have that room. We also have 2 full bathrooms upstairs, and then we have a 3-story like study / workspace. So this house actually has a really big turret at the back, and that turret is, I believe, like all 4 stories. So the first floor we actually have the turret as the dining room. Then on the second floor we have the like bigger space, I say in air quotes, of the office. Then we have 2 more floors above that, which is actually accessible by like ladders that I place down, so your Sims can actually get up there. So yeah, the first like, I guess the first floor of the study is basically like a potions room. So I include the really big cauldron that came from Realm of Magic, because this is supposed to be a spellcaster's like house, and it's supposed to be, I tried to go for like more of a dark spellcaster. So maybe, you know, the spellcaster, I don't know, is influenced by the fact that they live in Forgotten Hollow. So this build is done in Forgotten Hollow, in case you didn't notice that. But yeah, it's done in Forgotten Hollow because it's supposed to be for a darker or more evil kind of spellcaster. So yeah, I did use a bunch of the vampires items as well, and a bunch of like really dark colors and all of that stuff to kind of go with this whole theme. So yeah, they do have the really big potions room that I went ahead and cluttered up crazily, and I included a bunch of like really witchy kind of clutter in this whole build as like in general. But yeah, we have the potions room. Then on the second floor of this study, or whatever you want to call it, we have more of like an office space type thing. So we have a really big bookcase, a computer, just some seating as well. I also think I included a chess table up there as well. And then on the third floor, so like the right at the top, we actually have a music room. So in that room, I included a piano, some other musical instruments, and just some seating as well. So yeah, that's what those rooms are used for. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of went all out with this. So we have like a 3-story study, we have a really big dining room, a really big living room as well, which funnily enough, I actually completely forgot about when I was building this. So I did like the kitchen and the dining room and the master bedroom and like the entryways and stuff. And then I went ahead and started on the kids' bedrooms and the study, and I completely forgot about the like whole of the living room. So right before I went to go and take the screenshots, I actually realized that there was this really big room on the first floor that was completely empty. So I had to go in and furnish that, but luckily I did record it, so you will see me do that, but it's right at the end of the video because, yeah, I don't know how I forgot about the living room of all things, but that happened. I don't know how, but yeah, it did. So right now we're working on the kids' bedroom, and the kids' bedroom is a really, really weird shape because it has access to this front little turret thing. And it's just a really tiny turret, so I was going to turn that into a bathroom, but I didn't think we needed another bathroom, and the room itself was really small, and in my head that kind of didn't make sense for a small bedroom like that to have its own ensuite. So I turned it into this little like play corner for the kid, so I made it look like they had this curtain that they could close if they didn't want to use that area or whatever. So yeah, I did think the Sims that live here would have like a child, obviously in this room, and then the other bedroom would probably be for a teenager, could also be for a young adult, just depends on whoever you want to have living here. But yeah, that's kind of the Sims that I had in my head. And I also did go ahead and include some pet food bowls in the kitchen, and I also put a litter box in one of the downstairs bathrooms. So you could have a cat if you wanted on this lot, or a dog if you just wanted to go ahead and like delete the litter box. But yeah, those are the only pet items that I included. I also included a like pet bed in the master bedroom, so that I did remember, but I didn't remember to put in like a cat tree or anything because they're so big and I never find like a really good space to put them where they don't feel like they're in the way. I figured that if you wanted to have a cat, you could find somewhere to put a cat tree, or maybe just a like one of those scratching posts or something. They're actually quite small, so you could probably fit them in basically anywhere in the house. But yeah, I just didn't feel like messing around with that, and it didn't really fit the whole like vibe that I was going for this build. So in this build, I did pay a little bit more attention to like the aesthetic of it, more so than actually including everything that you could need. But overall, this house basically does have everything you could need. It has, I think, 2 computers. So yeah, there's one in the like study, there's another computer in like the teenagers room as well, and it also has a TV in the living room, which usually when I do builds like this that are like for a vampire or, you know, for a spellcaster or something, I might not include TVs because it just doesn't fit with like the feel of the house of having these like really old mansions. But in my head, I figured, you know, they updated some of the house and they do live in like the 21st century and they're not vampires. So, you know, they're fairly like modern, I guess I should say. It's not like Vlad is going to be living here, or at least that's not who I had in mind when I built it. So yeah, I figured they would have modern things like computers and TVs and stuff. So yeah, you could just delete that if you wanted to. But also for like gameplay, having a computer in your house is basically a necessity for Sims, because they do like 90% of things for like their careers and everything like that they do on the computer, and they need to have computers for ordering things as well, and it's just a very handy thing to have for gameplay wise. And same with for a TV, it's a really good way of getting up your Sims' fun need if you don't want to have them do other things for fun. So yeah, it's just a really like handy thing to have, I guess, for gameplay purposes. But this build is done on a 40 by 30 lot, so it's on the lot where Vlad used to live in Forgotten Hollow. I just evicted him so that I could build this. But yeah, like I said, 40 by 30 lot, 3 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, and once I finished furnishing all of it, it turned out to be just under 345,000 simoleons, so it's very expensive, but it's supposed to be a very old like manor slash mansion type thing, which kind of doesn't make sense that it only has 3 bedrooms, but in my head, anything that is built on a 40 by 30 or like bigger can be classed as a manor or a mansion, because I usually build smaller family homes, so for me this build is huge. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. Kamila gave me a really like interesting, I say, kind of like shaped build. So she did tell me that the floor plan for this might be a little bit tricky to find out, to like figure out. And at first, you know, I thought I just had a quick peek at it once she uploaded it and I downloaded it, but I didn't really go in and mess around with like the floor plan and have a proper look at it until I was ready to start furnishing. So, you know, I had a quick look at it and I told her, you know what, it's fine, I'll figure out the floor plan and everything. And lo and behold, once I actually sat down to start this build and start the recording, it took me nearly like 45 minutes to just figure out a floor plan for this build, because it looks amazing from the outside, and this is something I do a lot when I build as well, where I'll pay attention to how it looks from the outside and make sure that the shape from the exterior looks great, and then I'll get to the interior and I'll have a bunch of random bump outs and boxes and shapes that makes floor planning like a nightmare. But, you know, I think I managed quite well. I quite like the way the floor plan turned out. It all like works fairly well and kind of flows well as well. So yeah, that was a really weird sentence. But yeah, I really like the way it turned out. If you like this build, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel and you'd like to see some more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. But like I said, I will have a download link in the description below for my furnished version of this, as well as all of Kamila's links, so definitely go and check out her video and her channel, and go and follow her on Instagram and Twitter. She's really active over on Instagram especially, and she does some really great content for there as well, so yeah, definitely go and check that out. But I hope you all enjoyed this video and that your weekend has been great and that your week has been good as well, and that you're looking forward to the next week. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you on my very next one. Bye everybody.